baby back ribs. One.
You will not be able to stay home, brother.
The revolution will be live streamed.
You will not be able to turn on and cop out.
Unless the pills are bigger than your own stream. No, Pop-Tarts.
The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon Julia.
Really? Who's Julia?
The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not make you look fine at color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will be able to predict the down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of Whitney Young being run out of Harlem on the rail. No search for tomorrow because black people will be in the theme song.
Got coke, that's why.
Johnny Cash, Engelbert Humphrey.
Ever.
And we will be here for
And ever and ever.
We will be here
Forever.
because of roaches today. That's what y'all with your rifle and bones. Remember, who told you you wasn't on the guest list and you like dirty sex, baby. That's right. Is this gonna take forever? No, it's just the Europeans' version of drawing somebody white to make him look like he was Jesus Christ. Antoine, good morning. Yes. And of course, yes. Hi, and good morning. This is the Ktng Morning Show. And as always, which is going to be the same one for the rest of my life, I thank God for my first breath in the morning. To Father, Amen. Asana. All right. And it's got this new thing here on Messenger. I need a place where I delight. Don't forget, it's live in the morning, and we give you what is known as our 3D YouTube and a Facebook sucker punch. Bow, 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 bow. Sucker punch. Pow, pow, pow. There you go. Delroy Isaacs, good morning, sir. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all know how this works, right? We do kung fu up here. I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway, good morning. Right, I come here and I collect stuff. Okay? I like it down on the. And there you will find Inglewood, Crenshaw, Baldwin Hills, Lord Park, downtown LA. Some of y'all might just get a pass, you know. 1, 2 frames. Get to my thumb. The Purge of Compton, full force with a doggone spoon and a fork in each hand. See, one, I'm very protective. I'm very needs meat. Okay, that's just like that's some like bait and switch crap. I'm not gonna put up with it. Verse from me tonight, Jack. All right, yeah, it's gonna be on itself under mistaken identity. So I spread that news up on 1790, the United States Marine Corps that also created the United States Marine Band. It's one of the all right, white people gangbanging. That's mad. And in history, it's history. It's violence and this, that, and everything else. So I want to. Is collusion even a crime? Hours ago, Cheeseburger campaign team have raised the question: is collusion in here? Not enough is known about the collusion between. Oh, wait a minute, hold up. The first thing that comes out of old girl sanctions. Are they food sanctions? Are they monetary sanctions? Weapon sanctions? K-47 against human rights abuses. So what makes people think that that's actually, you know, some experts agree. Okay, the law prohibits Mr. WikiLeaks from had value in its connection to the election, the electoral voting procedures. Are rigged. Okay, point out Mert Park talking about no peace, black power. Good Lord, it looks like from he endorsed it and he backed it up. Okay. Our world, quote unquote, has never been so divided. Since so powerful, our common goods have never been so just before the Hamburg to move toward the American position on climate, but they were rebuffed. Turkish President Recep jeopardized compensation. I thought Turkey could stand on its own 2 feet. No, I'm Turkish this, I'm Turkish relieved to see the change in tune from the Obama administration. Really? Not by gallon? Wow. Having more of a population, so this way we can make sure it grows back. We're basically simply poisoning ourselves on a day-to-day basis. And again, people this. What part of self-degradation do we not play in? Why are we trying to kill our 9 times 10? There's got to be a reason for it. The Republicans are basically calling colleges places of harm. There may be laws that may come into effect that are not living up to standard or up to our standards and so forth, and need to be defunded and shut down. Now, let's go back a few pages as we well, the one thing they don't teach you in including greater Republican support on a bank, like 3.7. I don't know. I want to challenge any of the white racist white supremacists out there. Is there such thing as a separated ghetto? Is there such thing as a separated heaven? You guys figure that out. Because when you have economic segregation, yes, you do have a ghetto. Poor whites, poor blacks, poor Mexicans, anybody that's poor on that socioeconomic ladder right there is all grouped in one stereotypic fashion. Okay? But you know something? You know something that's even funnier? It's because we're poor and we live in diverse circumstances, we have a much greater sense of community than per se those who basically make laws, write down laws, lobby them into city hall and whatnot, and they become laws to govern your life. They have no connection to you whatsoever. These are your outsiders, people. I'll give Compton its best 2 outsiders, Carlos Acevedos and Arin Barraza. Yes, the El Chato Borro and Mumu Cow. Okay. Yes, she Mumu Cow, big time, man. She wears muumuu. She does not wear regular clothes. In a living room curtain. Staples in a living room curtain. She'll be all right. Yeah. So if the students are basically in an uproar about, having fascists coming to preach the rhetoric inside of the universities, promoting fascism. Wow, we could do that here. Yes. The politician behind Emmanuel Fiano said Italian law already made it clear there were limits to freedom of expression. Limits to freedom of expression. So which means you can't run down the street butt naked on PCP, right? I guess so. Under existing law, Nazi and fascist actions and declarations that incite violence and discrimination can already be punished with a jail term, 1 or 2 years. The Mussolini theme was clear from the entrance to the privately run Punta Cana resort, where the sign reads, "Rules, order, cleanliness, and discipline." Wow. This is almost, like the Cannes Film Festival, something like that, but not close. Well, as well as fashion slogans, the beach at Chioggia, a short distance south of Venice, broadcast regular messages over speakers from its manager, Scarpa, a 64-year-old clad in a black bandana. Is that all he's wearing? Speedos and a black bandana. Oh God. Before police raided the beach, he told La Repubblica newspaper in Italian that he was delighted to have an exemplary clientele and that he hated filthy people and democracy. The head of Italy's Jewish community, Naomi Di Sydney, told the newspaper that she was concerned that journalists rather than the authorities have brought the case to light. Okay? Naomi, let me tell you something, homegirl. If the press brings out something to light that the people are ignorant on and the police department don't want to do nothing wrong, be thankful they did. Be thankful. Because it is an ugly freaking job. Okay? The images that they've seen are outraged in the memory of the victims of the Shoal Holocaust and an insult to the democratic institutions of the country, she says. National partisan organizations AMPI called on tourists to boycott the beach and for the manager to lose his or her license to run it. So there you go, people. There you go. We can continue on with this nationalistic, fascist, racist crap all week long, but eventually, bit by bit, it gets taken down. We're at the halfway point. 8:60 a.m. And into my email. All right. I'm killing roaches here. Anyway, become a member, subscribe at the $20 level, and I'll send you a mug. Okay, that'll give me some roach spray. If you do, it'll cover it up. Okay, they tried to. That's why they have a PR person in there to walk their dogs. Who's the real person? Who's the real master? The dog taking the crap, or the guy who has to take and pick up the crap with his hand? Yeah, who's the master then? That's right, Jerry. Anyway. Back on Track Radio, people. We only got about a half hour left, so let's make the best use of it by finding out what is wrong with the political expansion of human rights. Out of U.S. News. After months of marches, demonstrations, and speeches to protest the policies of the Cheeseburger administration, the nation's largest LGBT rights group is putting cash and bodies behind its effort, launching what the Human Rights Campaign says its biggest political action expansion in its 37-year history. The Human Rights Campaign will spend $26 million and add 20 full-time staff to mount a nationwide grassroots campaign to defeat candidates and legislation they see as hostile to lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community. The Human Rights Campaign President Chad Griffin tells U.S. News, hold up for a second, I gotta get my sip on. Damn. I'm not even eating these roaches all over the place. All right. Okay. Anyway. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Griffin. Okay. The staffers will work in groups of existing 32 local steering committees to recruit volunteers, register voters, and get people to the polls. Quote, you can't just be up against that's going to pay you to protest. Okay? Human rights organization right there. All right? Griffin says LGBT people comprise 5% of the United States electorate. A small percentage, he notes, can make a difference in an election, especially when LGBT supporters are also active. While Democrats lost the White House last year, North Carolina GOP Governor Pat McCrory became the first governor to lose re-election in the Tar Heel state history. Exit polls show that McCrory's adherence to the anti-gender bathroom bill was his biggest single election vulnerability. In other words, he couldn't figure that crap out and he lost it. He lost it because he put church and state, he put church in front of state and didn't use common sense. Okay? Now, North Carolina, by and large, is one of those racist states and whatnot. It has a lot of like, clanners, and you're putting in a transgender bathroom bill, and you goofed that up. All you had to do was just build the damn thing. Jeez, people are so uptight about the Jim Baker Bible Belt and whatnot, Jim and Tammy Day Bible Belt. Why don't you stop giving your money to these religious whores out here? Okay, who are simply making their millions off of your donations and living a lifestyle that allows them to preach the gospel of the most peaceful, relevant shit you can find in the Bible without revealing the truth of the history of its people. Okay? Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Watch what you say, watch what you say, watch what you do, watch what you do. If church and state were to really get involved, morality would never be the key, and of course, needless to say, there would be prayer in schools. Democrats have a daunting task ahead of them in the midterms, while Republicans just have 2 vote advantage in the Senate. Where more Democratic senators up for re-election in 2017, and experts believe the House could flip if there was a Democratic wave. Gerrymandering has made it harder for challengers in both parties to wrest away a seat. Yes! We call it a 5-star clusterfuck. Yes. All right. Get it right, people. Anyway. So that says that those that make bringing your horse to the fountain in South Dakota without pants and crossing state law in Ohio, it is illegal to serve alcohol to a moose in Fairbanks, Alaska. This is some old minor crap. Okay. All right. Now, in Arizona, if you spit publicly be it a park, building, or sidewalk, or a street, you may face up to 6 months in jail time and fine $2,500 for spitting in Goodyear. This is where John McCain lives at. Arkansas, let's see, I think it's there's a legal code instituted in Arkansas that explains how the state's name should and shouldn't be pronounced. While you probably won't get fined for pronouncing the last S in the state's name, it is technically illegal to mispronounce it while in Arkansas. Stupid. Okay. Our proud owner of trick-or-treating between 6 and 8 p.m. Oh, and to 8 p.m. to prevent mischievous actions in Delaware. Let's see, what other rap? Let's see, Florida. Let's see. You can't sell your child in Florida. Anyway, if you don't have a boat, you can be fined less than 50 pounds. Crazy. With groups smaller than 6. Jello pudding pops anyone. That's Cosby. In Louisiana, you cannot. You must spend a lot. You must. You know. You can't bite nobody, especially with natural teeth. Okay. Massachusetts. What do they got here? Let's see. Sunday Mass in Massachusetts can either be the safest place to be or the most dangerous. Okay, so obviously the Revolutionary War did not change any of its rules. In Michigan, it seems to have a strong stance on loyalty and fidelity in the law that makes adultery illegal. If adultery is committed, the spouse must put in a complaint within a year in order for the unfaithful person to receive their punishment. The offense is a felony punishable. Okay. But again, this came from like 1810 when a man held a live elephant show, but ended up drunk from beer. Okay. Montana, the property is still on the books, so watch what you do to people's dogs. It's the wild, wild west for no reason. New Hampshire, okay. You do not do anything such as nodding your head or tapping your feet. It's against the law to keep time with your music in any way in New Hampshire. Okay, you can't be doing this. You can't be Bob. You can't do anything because if people don't remember, New Hampshire was like one of those states that nobody knows. Okay, New Jersey, it is, if anyone's attempting to commit murder and is wearing a bulletproof vest, it is considered an offense. So if you're wearing a bulletproof vest, remember back in hip hop and everybody, all these rappers started wearing bulletproof vests and so forth? Now in New Jersey, it's against the law. Okay. If you don't plan on, or you might go the other way around, like, look at him standing cucumbers. To steal grease. No tax with your drinks. It's basic common if it's illegal to serve beer, whatever. But if they're fish, no, you can't do that. It's a law. I think they basically cut off the heat, that's the air conditioning off because of South Dakota. Let's see. Oh, okay. It's illegal. It's legal for a horse is wearing pants, but if a horse is not. Good morning, Tony. Does it mean that the pants have to cover all 4 legs or just the hind two? Was a horse, if you bring your horse to the Fountain Inn while staying in South Dakota, make sure the horse has pants. Tennessee, stupid law. Apparently, the people in Tennessee know all too well about subscription users for entertainment services like Netflix or Amazon Prime because sharing your password to any of these is a crime. The law is really intended for all passwords, but it's a perfect excuse to say no to your friend the next time they ask you for account information. Wow. Okay. Planning on taking any role office to July 14th, this Friday. Also July 8th, 28th, August 11th, and August 25th. Attend the orientation. Make sure you get in contact with the Inglewood One-Stop Business and Career Center at 110 South La Brea Avenue, Inglewood, California, 90301. Their number is 310-680-3761. Again, it's 310-680-3761. And let's see. Also, there is the Multicultural Unity Festival, which is being sponsored by the Latino Chamber of Commerce in Compton. Yours truly will be there to film in case there's any kind of stupidity about that I find that I'm going to embarrass on it here tonight. For more information, that's going to be held July 29th. From 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Kelly Park here in Compton at 2319 East Cobble Street, Compton. And also, if you need more information about the festival, contact Ms. Flora Eason at 310-256-8391. Again, it's 310-256-8391. Okay, and most importantly, let's see, this is done. Oops. Okay, so that's how these jobs go, people. And now for the favorite part of my day. All right. So, morning goes out to the irrepressible the destroyer of what's going on. Happy birthday and good morning. I don't even know why. Very visual thing, you. And let's see who else. Love, peace, and chicken grease, but most importantly, people, make sure whatever you do, keep an inner light on yourself and in yourself, and let no one steal your shine or take you out of your shine. And with that, I'm out of here.